Yes, recently, or not so recently, we've been hearing a lot about rising sea levels and drowning polar bears and climate gate and worldwide famine. Like many Americans, I'm really quite confused about all of this. But can you say, Kelly and Senator McCain, is climate change caused by human activity? And if so, what can we do about it?
I think it's an inexact science, and there has been more and more questioning about some of the conclusions that were reached concerning climate change, and I believe that everybody in the world deserves correct answers on whether the scientific conclusions were flawed by outside influences. There's great questions about it, but they need to be resolved. Let me put it to you this way. Is there anybody here that doesn't want to reduce greenhouse gas emissions? I mean, we all want to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We know they're bad. But the problem is the way you do it. And this administration has said that, well, first let me just say this. I see no possible way you can reduce greenhouse gas emissions without nuclear power, okay? There is no possible way. And the only country that really is reducing their greenhouse gas emissions is France, because 80% of their electricity is generated by nuclear power, and they recycle spent nuclear fuel and they store it. On the day the President announced that we were going to build 2 nuclear power plants, by the way, we need 100 in the next 20 years, the day the President announced that they were going to give loan guarantees for 2 nuclear power plants in Georgia, they announced they were closing Yucca Mountain, where we have already invested $10 billion of ratepayers' money on Yucca Mountain, and they announced that we're going to close it. It was only good for storage for 10,000 years. That wasn't good enough. So my answer to you, sir, is I'd love to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. I will not reduce greenhouse gas emissions by increasing the utility rates that Americans pay in this very difficult times that we are in. We need accurate scientific information, and nuclear power is not only a way to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, but it is a vital way in reducing our dependence on foreign oil, which sooner or later the price of oil is going to go up, as we all know, as our economy recovers. So they keep asking me, why aren't you involved in the climate change negotiations? My answer is, why won't you store and why won't you recycle spent nuclear fuel? Otherwise, there's no deal. There's no even beginning of a deal.
What I would add to it is that there's no question that I think we can all agree we want to protect our environment. But I wouldn't support Waxman-Markey or this de facto energy tax, because essentially what it does is it's going to increase all of our costs on businesses, on homeowners, and I agree we need more nuclear power. We need a comprehensive energy policy in this country for 3 reasons. One is our environment, the second, our economy, and third, our national security, because we are getting oil from people that do not like us, and we need to reduce our dependency on it. Nuclear power, we make it so difficult to stand up a nuclear power plant. Senator McCain has talked about the difficulties, and we've got to cut through that and look to other countries that have done this successfully, and we can do it if they've done it with nuclear power. Conservation, using our own natural resources in a way, I think we can use technology in a way that still protects our environment. We have natural resources here that we can access and use as an energy source for our country. And also renewables, but there's no one energy source that's going to do it for us. But if we don't continue to pursue this and really get a hold of this problem, the 3 reasons I identified are reasons we need to do that for our country, for our economy, for our national security, and our environment.
One more point. During the campaign, he said we needed nuclear power. Finally, near the end of the campaign, the President said that he was for nuclear power too. Then we closed Yucca Mountain, and they won't recycle. By the way, the Japanese, the British, and the French all recycle it, as you know. And also, you might remember, we said that we wanted offshore drilling. Remember the drill, baby, drill. And now there has been absolutely no movement on the part of the administration to allow any kind of significant or meaningful offshore drilling.
He lies!
Oh, no.